Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today at our film screening of We Gather by the Light of the Flickering Screen, which is a film that we've made completely over Zoom. My name's Hannah. I'm with Central and West Integration Network here in Glasgow. Over the past year, we've run weekly Zoom sessions, crafting and socializing sessions, just to stay connected with everyone during lockdown and try to combat social isolation. And this film was really born from that group in those sessions, just the desire to create something together. So I'm joined today by Mary Hamilton, our theater maker, who also worked with Felicity to create the film. And so I'm going to turn it over to her to introduce herself and give a bit of background and context to the making of the film.
Hello, yes, I'm Mary Hamilton, and I worked with the artist Felicity White on this film. And I was brought in by CWIN and by Felicity to facilitate to start with just a puppet workshop. We had no idea what it was going to be. And so when we were discussing it and with the participants, we were working out what is it that we wanted to make and thinking about this idea of stories and about how stories from the beginning of time is what humans have used to communicate with each other, to understand the world, to create these imaginary spaces where there are goodies and baddies and all kinds of characters which make us understand human nature, and we can kind of explore our own experience of the world through story. What is this essential human experience? From fable to myths and legends, we've been sitting around fires and telling stories. And now, in lockdown, where we're unable to communicate as normal human beings together in a room, we're forced to communicate behind this kind of screen in this sort of weird technological mashup of screen and human, and trying to tell stories via this strange medium. And so we were interested in what that means and how stories over time develop, and how so many stories are the same thing, really, over and over again. We get the Romeo and Juliet story in every different culture. We have Layla and Majnun, and then you have Lady and the Tramp from Disney, so you get these kind of amazing versions of things throughout history that cross borders, cross language. And so we're interested in this, and we wanted to make something with participants. And so we brought in lots of different stories from different cultures, different backgrounds. Some of them were Disney. We had Ariel popping up a lot, who you might see in the film. Ariel was a big hero in the story, and we discovered lots of these different archetypes. So the hero and the king and the mother, and trying to work out lots of different stories with all of these different things and then put them in and make these characters. So then when we had our favorite characters, we made puppets, and we started improvising with our puppets and working out who these characters were, what their voices sounded like, and improvising little conversations and stories and imagining things. And then Felicity took those stories and the pictures of the puppets that we made in our Zoom sessions with CWIN out into Queen's Park in Glasgow. So members of the public, we made these big boards and had pictures of the puppets and pictures of their stories, and saying this puppet loves cookies and this one loves to go swimming. And so then the members of the public wrote stories for our characters. So we had the Zoom world coming into the real world, coming into the Zoom world, and then creating this massive mashup. And so what you see is a kind of mixture of all of those. We took all of those stories and everything that people made and made a new script, which then we learnt, and we filmed with people who are the participants with CWIN, and came up with this. And we really lent into the glitchy world of Zoom, which you will see, and the kind of when things freeze and when things change and there's funny sounds. And so I hope that you really enjoy it, because it's all about the indefatigable human spirit and our need to connect and our want to tell stories and dance and sing with each other, despite everything, despite being locked away in our houses.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining. I just wanted to thank everybody who's been involved, the participants for being amazing and being really amazing actors and coming up with great storylines and just being really friendly and warm and making my week joyous every week. And to Mary for being just wonderful to work with and really making the sessions fun and collating such a great script from all the improvisations that we did. And to Hannah for doing lots of difficult logistics that I've thrown her way, and to Raquel as well. Me, Hannah, and Raquel have been running these social and Zoom sessions for about a year now, and I've learned so much from the experience. It's been great. And yeah, thank you to Phil and the whole food delivery team at Central West Integration Network, because they put a lot of work into delivering our craft packs and puppet stages, all the bits and bobs that we needed so that people could make their things in different locations in their homes. And thank you to Florence and to everyone at CWIN for the amazing work that they do. And finally, to the participants who helped us to come up with storylines at Queen's Park, which have ended up in our play, and to my volunteers who helped with that. And that was really a lovely time as well. And enjoy. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.